Let me report we are good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Faces for Autism Love Telethon. I'm Jacob Hackett. You've heard the stories of many of our parents tonight. You've heard the stories from former teachers. You've heard the stories from some of my friends. And these next guests have been involved in the community for many years. In addition to supporting Faces for Autism, Shore Medical Center, Atlanticare, the South Jersey Field of Dreams, and just some of the other organizations you're hearing from tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce Gabe Staino Sr. and Jr. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Jake.
It's a pleasure to be there with you, Jake.
This has been fun because, as I said before we started, I've talked to so many people that have been not only a part of the community, but been a part of my life. You know, people that I've worked with, people that have given back, teachers like you, Gabe, because you had me for what? Whoa, 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years,
It was great.
and then now we're in a COVID world, and this is why we're doing a telethon. We can't do the normal comedy fundraiser every year, so this is what we have to do. So I know, as I said in the open, you've done a lot with the community. So tell us, in addition to teaching, and Gabe Senior has done a lot with Atlanticare, Shore, as I mentioned. So just give us a brief back history.
I mean, teaching, like, it's a great job. You know, I really enjoy it. Just being around young people like yourself on a daily basis. It's inspiring. You know, sometimes when people hear that I'm a high school teacher, they're like, "Whoa, that's got to be rough," but it's really not. It's just kids are good. It's good energy to be around, and I mean, I think it's a fun job. You feel good at the end of the day. Most days, I'm not gonna lie. Some days are terrible, but like an overwhelming majority of them are great, and especially when you get to have students like yourself who brought so much to it. And as a teacher, you learn from your students too, and just enjoyment, especially when you get to keep the relationship going later on, and it turns into a friendship, and it's really enjoyable. It's inspiring, and I'm and the generations coming that are going to be, you know, running things. I'm optimistic about it. I really am, and really enjoyed having you in the class, as well as your other classmates, and it's fantastic. It's great to be able to keep in touch. I like being involved in things, and it makes you feel good, and it's fun, especially Field of Dreams. I love getting out there. It's such a great time to be able to take my family there too, my wife as well, who you know works at the school. We all enjoy it, and it's a part of our yearly thing now, and just I'm really anxious to get back out there, to be honest with you. It's a fantastic thing.
He went and had his shoulder fixed so that he could be more competitive out there.
Yeah, I had shoulder surgery, torn labrum, and yeah, the only reason to get it fixed is so I could, because I can't throw right now. Yeah, so I'm ready to get back on the field and in action. And I wouldn't have bothered if it weren't for the Field of Dreams.
That's exactly right.
Thank you. But you know, you've heard the stories tonight, friends. You've heard the stories from me. We need public involvement. We need organizations like Faces. We need organizations like the Field of Dreams to show the world, to show our little area in Atlantic County what's out there. Because when you have parents, children, young adults such as myself, they don't know what's out there. That's why we're doing this telethon. That's why you hear us promoting these wonderful organizations. That's why we're here to tell our story.
That's great. Yeah.
The interesting thing, Jason, my story goes back a little bit more, Jacob. I came to Atlantic County back in 1983 from the Philadelphia area. And I spent most of my career in the automobile business. And when I got down here in 1983, I started to get involved in the community. And I think the thing that sold me on being in this area, even after I left my business, was the fact that there is a sense of community down here, unlike the Philadelphia area where I lived and worked, the Chadds Ford area. I mean, many areas, nice areas. But what I really enjoyed about this area was the sense of community, the sense that neighbors are helping neighbors. The March of Dimes Telethon, which I was blessed to be one of the hosts of for many years, was absolutely a community event. There were events that took place all year long where groups, whether it was the firefighters or whether it was different groups, the ShopRites stores at that time, all raised money all during the year. And then the 3 days of the telethon, the 54 hours, they came and they made their presentations and they brought whatever it is that they raised, whether it was from volleyball games or softball games or running marathons, you name it. They did everything under the sun. Even there was a pig roast that they had that raised a great deal of money. But every one of those people who came and participated understood that they were helping a neighbor. They were helping a child down the street. They were helping a child two streets over, 3 streets over. They were helping to supply implements and devices that they needed to live a life that they were able to participate in. And I think that that was the attractive part, because I guess after I was here, maybe 8 to 10 years in, I had an opportunity to take another dealership that was up in Pennsylvania. And when I went there, I didn't feel that sense of community, and I couldn't wait to get back. So I'm a Pennsylvania guy, but my home is here in Atlantic County, and I really I think it's worthwhile for all the people who are watching your program and your telethon. They should think about getting involved, whether it's getting on the phone and making a call, or getting on the computer and making a pledge, or coming down and helping. Get involved all year long. It is a very gratifying thing. It's something that makes you feel infinitely better, because there is no payback. You did it because it's out of the goodness of your heart.
And that's just it. You did it out of the goodness of your heart. You gave back, and you're both right. At the end of the day, it's a very rewarding feeling to know I did something good for my community, and I did my share. I did my job. And you're right. You're both right. I've done events, for those of you that don't know me, I've done events, radio, DJ up in the Philadelphia area. And And you don't, there, you're right, there's not as much of a sense of community around here, I mean around there, excuse me, as there is around here. Here, everybody's all about helping, 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 friends helping friends, neighbors helping neighbors.
Yeah, I think, and I theorize that the reason that is that generally speaking, nobody's from here. Everybody's from someplace else, so they want to belong, and they want to belong to a group of people, and they want to be able to help people within that group. And I think that's the positiveness. That's the rewarding part about it. It's I applaud you for what you're doing. I really do, Jacob. I think I've been raising money since I left the automobile business, whether it was for Shore Medical Center or Backrack Institute or Atlantic Care now. It's not easy, but I can tell you that there are a lot of people in this community that really will do it if they know that there is something that they can help with. And the best part is they don't know how easy it is to get involved. And every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. It all adds up.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, Dad was talking about the telethon. When he was hosting that, I was a kid, and I would look forward to that all year round. In fact, like one of the proudest moments of my life, I won the March of Dimes readathon. I read the most books, raised money for each one. I had sponsors, and then that trophy is like I still think it's one of the proudest moments of my life. Like I look forward to that all year long, and I work for it. And that's another thing. Like I got involved, through my father when I was a kid, and it sticks with you. And my children are going to be involved. They're gonna grow up with that. Hopefully, hopefully they'll take my lead on it as I have with my father. But that's something that we should bring our kids up with and really perpetuate that in the community. It's love, and it's strength, and it's to a certain extent you're giving back, and you feel good about helping other people, but it feels good for you. It makes you feel like I mean, to a certain extent, it is self-serving because it's a wonderful feeling overall, and it really does strengthen the community and the love within.
I think that's what separates us, certainly as a community, because it's, as I said, this area is from the Egg Harbor Toll in. It's almost like a giant terrarium. Whatever we do here doesn't go out. Whatever is out there doesn't come in. So it's different. And volunteerism is powerful. It's very, very powerful. And for people who have never been exposed to it, I highly recommend it. It is something that adds exponentially to your life and to your being. And I think that your viewers, they're all good people, or they wouldn't be viewing this broadcast. Ought to experience what it's like firsthand and get involved.
Yeah, and so many people say, like they think like volunteerism isn't important, and yes, it's very important. You're giving back to your community. You're giving back to other organizations that are desperate for your help. For example, I volunteered for a year and a half at Shore Medical Center through the school. And I made friends, I saw people, I worked in the public eye.
Yep.
And you feel good afterwards after you do something like that. And just as we were talking about in the open, if you go to a place like Field of Dreams, if you go to our events with faces, then you'll really see this is what it's like. This is what it's like living, seeing, breathing, seeing a full picture every day. And then a lot of them get it, and then they come back year after year after year.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, the biggest thing is just going the first time. Um, people are apprehensive sometimes, just trying anything new, but just just go for it. Rip the band-aid off and get there, and you'll experience it. It's a beautiful thing.
The other thing is, I think that what Gabriel's saying, and certainly what you're saying, is that a lot of people fear that first step. They fear that, I'm not going to fit in, or I'm not going to be comfortable. Well, it only takes a couple of minutes to find out they're going to be very comfortable, because everybody is so welcoming. We are all desperate for more help. No matter what part of volunteerism or fundraising, there is never too many people. So if you have people out there that are on the fence, they will become very, very welcome, and they'll become very comfortable instantly, and it'll be good for them. It'll be good for them, and it'll make the Faces of Autism, which they do a wonderful job. They absolutely do a wonderful job. I have watched it for many, many years, and I've seen the progress that they've made through that organization. I'm doing some work. I've done some work with them, and I've also seen the work that especially your family has done with the Field of Dreams and all the great people. Fran Northridge, who is a long time friend of mine, was very, very instrumental for a long time, and still has a big play in it. But I mean, there are no bad causes. That's the great part about it. You can get involved easily, and there are no bad causes. Everybody does something good.
Yeah, and you said it, Gabe. There are no bad causes, and and I'm going to give a shout out to Fran Northridge. Actually, she is also a part of this. She's been on our team for this. She said, "Hey, you don't have a lot of time, but go run with it," and we have. So thank you, Fran, for your assistance and your knowledge, helping us put all this together. And you need not only people like her, you need good quality people that want to run an organization, but B, know how and have the drive. Like like I said in a previous interview tonight, one of the reasons why Field of Dreams, I think, is so successful is because before Field of Dreams started, they all worked in the Special Olympics in the 70s. And that's like bringing a little bit of what that was back then to now.
Yeah, sure. They bring those skill sets, and all the work that they did to make that a successful organization.
Yeah, so friends, please donate. Please donate. You've heard from my various co-hosts. You've heard from our guest this evening. You've heard from so many people. Without you and without your generous donations, we can't run and do what we do. Without schools like ACIT, which I was so fortunate enough to have teachers like Gabe and like so many others, if we don't have those schools coming to me and saying, we want to help once a year, we can't do what we do, and so many other reasons. So please, if you can give $5, that's wonderful. If you can give more, give more. There's no boundary, there's no limit. Just please get
How do
on.
they give money, Jacob?
Oh, you did? All right, great. So Gabe either gave money on the website, which is www.facesforautism.org. There's a Venmo thing out. There's a Venmo site out there. You can do it that way. Facebook has a site up. I believe Instagram. There's so many options. Please give.
Well, I can tell you that when we're done this, we're going to give. So
Yeah, and that's why, and I'm not just saying faces, but that's why you have organ giving Tuesday once a year to
yep,
give to Bacharach in the various hospitals. So please, if you have just a couple minutes out of your day, just give a little bit. And as I said to a college class last week, once once you walk a mile in my shoes, then you'll see what it's like.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
Great job, Jacob. Great job.
thank-
ACI team misses you. When are you going to come back in and visit?
when